we have to look at different stakeholders. They are the people who make cement. We have to see if they will start using this technology to replace the cement that they are used to making. Then once the cement is made in small or large quantities, we have to see who are the people who are going to use it. Major users of this type of cement, whether it's going to be totally considered as a new cement or a modified cement, would be non-structural applications. For example, pavements, blocks that are used for making walls, and not necessarily very important structures, because people would not like to take a risk using a new material. But we have a lot of usages which are non-structural or not very high risk, like plastering, rendering, blocks, block making, and pavements, roads, and so on. So these, I think, would be the people who will first take it up, especially if it's going to be a cement which is cheaper and more easily available. Economic viability is very important to all civil engineering applications, especially when we are talking about concrete. We understand that under certain circumstances, in terms of geographical location of the user and the cement plant, this cement would be better economically than existing solutions. That would depend on where the raw material is coming from, what are the alternative raw materials available, and the relative distances of those. And in terms of production also, we see that this could possibly require less energy per kilogram of cement than regular cement. So that would also make it cheaper. Sustainability comes from three angles. It's the environmental, economic, and the social impacts. In terms of the environment, if we decrease the energy consumption, we decrease the amount of clinker needed for making cement, then it's going to make this product more eco-friendly than regular cement. So that's, on the one hand, we help the environment. Secondly, if we have a product which is going to be even slightly cheaper than the existing cement, considering the volume of cement that is used, it adds up to a lot of money. So, so the environmental and the economic benefits are going to be important. In terms of the social aspects, since this concrete or this cement is going to lead to a concrete which is very similar to the existing concrete, I don't think there would be a difference in the social acceptance. Obviously, it will be socially more acceptable to have something that is cheaper and more eco-friendly, but directly I don't think there will be a big difference, and people who like concrete, use concrete, would continue to do the same with this concrete as well. Traditionally, we use a lot of clay for making bricks. Burnt clay bricks are used for making walls, and this we consider not very eco-friendly or not sustainable, because the clay that goes into making these bricks is that which comes from topsoil of farmlands. And what we find is, when this soil has been used, nothing else grows there. So there is a movement within India to reduce the amount of clay bricks, and many government institutions now have said that they would not use clay bricks but would use concrete bricks or blocks for making their walls. So this means that we need a lot of concrete, and we need concrete that is cheap and not very strong. It is in terms of strength maybe about 10 megapascal strength, which is not very high. So such kind of concrete can be made very easily with the cement that we are looking at. And I think that, again, if it's going to be cheaper, even slightly cheaper, and if it's going to be an eco-friendly product, people would very much like to use it. And what we are also seeing is this cement gives the concrete a sort of reddish brownish tinge, which is again closer to the way that a brick looks than concrete does. So again, I think that maybe from the aesthetic point of view, users might even appreciate using this cement in making their concrete blocks. So I think there's a lot of potential in walls that are going to be made with bricks coming from this cement. India is the second largest producer of cement today in the world, and all indications show that the consumption of cement would increase over the next few decades. So there is a lot of potential for any material that could supplement or substitute in a certain way the traditional cement and concrete that we use. So if we can extend the resources that we have by bringing in this alternative, that means that the clinker used in making cement and therefore concrete can be stretched further, because we are replacing or supplementing the traditional clinker with calcined clay and limestone, then this is certainly going to help. That means we will have more material production in terms of cement and concrete with the same or similar resources or production capacity that we have. So that is certainly going to help us.